Now, parenting, it actually teaches you a lot about yourself. But one thing I did not realize was that I was going to learn a technique from a parenting coach that I could apply to myself. Now, even if you are not a parent, that is not the point of this episode, listen up, stay tuned, because this tip is something that I wish I had learned a whole lot sooner in my life. Welcome to the Do More, Stress Less podcast. I'm your host, Alexis Hasselberger, a time management and productivity coach. In every episode, I give you actionable, practical tips to help you learn to use your time in a way that feels good to you every day. No more hustling, scrambling, or struggling to keep your head above water. So let's dive in, and soon enough, you'll be doing more and stressing less. You may or may not be aware of Dr. Becky. But if you have kids and you're an elder millennial or younger, she might be a household name. She is a parenting coach, but I am not here today to talk about parenting. So, regardless of whether you choose to have kids or not, I want you to listen on because this is something that you're going to want to hear. So, I think we all have something, all of us, to learn from Dr. Becky about how to treat ourselves. Why? Well, one time I was listening to an interview with Dr. Becky, and she used a phrase that I'd never heard before. She said MGI. What does MGI stand for? It stands for Most Generous Interpretation. And it's the idea that when your kids are misbehaving or acting in a way that bothers you, you should use your MGI, your most generous interpretation of their behavior. And I immediately thought, oh my God, this makes so much sense. And it's so much broader than that. You can use MGI with yourself. It doesn't matter if you have kids or not. Now, of course, this is a wonderful technique to use with your kids if you do have kids, but you can use this on yourself. Now, how often do you mentally beat yourself up about stuff you didn't do or think you could have done better? Heck, you might even believe that being harsh with yourself will help you to do better in the future. However, science tells us that when we're self compassionate, that's actually when we do better. And that's where MGI comes in. So instead of berating yourself when you don't finish your task list again, what if you gave yourself MGI? What if you said, yep, I didn't get it done. I didn't get what I intended to do done. Maybe I overcommitted. Next time, I'll plan to do less. What if instead of admonishing yourself for snapping at your kids or your partner or your coworker, what if you gave yourself MGI? What if you said, wow, I was really stressed. And when I'm stressed, it's hard for me to be my best self. I'm going to go apologize and then figure out a different strategy for the next time I feel stress. But I have to interact with others. Instead of chastising yourself for when you make a mistake, what if you gave yourself MGI? What if you said, wow, today was a really busy day and I thought multitasking would help, but I forgot that I'm more prone to errors when I'm doing too many things at once. Tomorrow, I'll try to stick to one thing at a time, no matter how busy I get. Instead of finding fault in whatever you do, what if you gave yourself MGI? What if, when you notice an imperfection, you say, you know what? This is good enough. And if I bend over backwards to make it better, I bet the only person who will notice is me. What if your inner voice slowly became a self compassionate one? What if, indeed? And that's a wrap on today's episode of the Do More, Stress Less podcast. If you found today's episode helpful, please share it with somebody who could use a little less stress in their life. And make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you're excited to take action or you need a little extra support, check out the free resources available on my website or schedule a free consultation call with me. You can do both of these at alexishasselberger.com. See you next time.